Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week. No fucking regrets!
With Rob Flynn.
But when you go to Threat to Survival, that album was an experiment, and that was on purpose because that album has 5 different producers and 8 mixers.
Wow.
And it was like kind of a hodgepodge of a lot of different stuff.
Wow.
And we did it because we were like, why not?
What?
And
how do you decide, like, how do you even make that decision? Like, that's so many people. Like, what's the criteria? Like, I want this song by this guy because X or.
Well, the thing that happened was, first of all, the very first time that Eric did a production on a song with Shinedown, like where it was his production, was the song Diamond Eyes. Me and Zach and Eric wrote that song, but that's Eric's production.
Okay.
Chris Ordalgie mixed it. And then when you move into Amaryllis, Eric was involved, like me and Zach and Dave, we wrote Bully, and then Eric came in, and Eric was part of the songwriting parts of, me and him wrote the song I'll Follow You, and then Enemies was me and Dave and Eric. Unity was me, Dave, and Eric.
So Dave's like a songwriter. He just like helps write, kind of helps.
Dave is, once again, he's the 5th member of the band in the studio in a lot of ways. And he definitely is one of the main songwriters that we work with, that he's more than just, he's a part of the family. Right. And, that came with time. But then you move into something like Threat, where it was just a combination of working with different people. Like we worked with the producer Scott Stevens on that record. We worked with Dave, had production songs on that record.
Did you guys have something to do with the Imagine Dragons guys on that record?
We worked with a guy who was kind of like a sound effects type engineer that was working with them. For the life of me, I cannot remember his name. It was like one component of their team, and that was on the song State of My Head. And but that song was written with a bunch of different like new school guys along with the band. So there's a lot of writers on State of My Head. But the
did it feel good on Attention to just go, okay, too many cooks in the kitchen, like let's just go.
Yeah, but we wanted the cooks in the kitchen on Threat. Like we were doing that to kind of, like I said, it was just, we were like, why not? Let's do something different just to say that we did. And if it works, cool. If it doesn't, no big deal. And that record was pretty successful. But I hear what you're saying, because the element of why Attention was so important was, first of all, it was time for Eric to do a full record. Like he felt confident that he was in a place where it was his time to do it. And he had a great way of explaining this, because we also brought in Mike Fasano, who has teched every drum session for Barry since the Sound of Madness album. And we also brought Doug McKean in, who was one of the A engineers for Rob during Sound of Madness and Amaryllis. We brought Doug in for Attention, and he came in and helped with the drums also. And he also came in and helped with the drums on Planet Zero. But Eric had a good way of expressing why it was time for him to do a full-length record. And what he said was this. He goes, I would rather go crazy making the Shinedown record myself rather than watch someone else go crazy trying to make the Shinedown record.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because believe me, the dude didn't sleep. And he definitely didn't sleep on this new one either. I don't think he slept for 18 months on this last record.
Nice.
You know, like if you're Chris Rock, just deal with it right now. And then in a year, when you drop that HBO special, the first 15 minutes, just lay out Will Smith. And then everyone's
and
like,
it's eternal.
And then it's permanent.
It's
also the final word.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, this is, and in good comedy, you make fun of yourself. So he's going to make fun of himself in it.
Yeah.
But really, you're laying both people out.
Absolutely. I cannot wait. I'm so geeked
Eric
for this
says
man
it all
now.
the time. Don't get mad. Get funny, man.
Don't get angry. Get funny.
The only
if you
thing-
can get funny with this shit, oh my God.
The only thing that ruins funny is getting mad.
Absolutely.
Dude, so we were thinking about this too. What do you think, like, the other guys, like someone like Dave Chappelle, definitely called Chris Rock to laugh at him last night, right?
Oh, Chris! Oh, you got slapped! Chris, what the hell happened to you, man? I can't believe he Independence Day'd you. God damn it, Chris, you let him welcome to Earth you.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker!
Like, I was,
6 degrees of separation, motherfucker.
They hit you hard! It was a perfect slap. It was a perfect slap. It was a perfect slap.
That's weird that he let
Jerry,
him get that. I mean, I wouldn't have known what to do either.
Seinfeld is saying, like, what is Jerry
Sue!
saying?
You gotta sue him! What's the deal with him slapping you? You can't slap! The slap's a sue! It's a sue! Sue him for slapping! Yeah, dude, all of his friends that called it. Because Chris Rock is friends with all millionaires. He doesn't give a fuck about the three of us. As three of us that have been around him and watched that uncomfortable shit. Yo, dude, Monroe said something to me that helped me deal with Chris Rock being mean to all other young comics. Because I was like, listen, as a white dude, sometimes you just kind of got to realize older black guys might not like you because you're a white guy. You're the older versions of you probably weren't great to them. So you just got to kind of understand. So Rock was always like, dude, there was one night at the Cellar where it was me, Chris Rock, and Neil Brennan sitting at the table. And everything I would say, Chris Rock would respond to Neil Brennan instead of me.
Oh, yeah. I hate when people do that shit.
And I was like, and at one point I go, am I a ghost? Did I fucking die?
That's fucking crazy.
Because like literally I would say
to me at the Cellar. Yeah, that shit is retarded.
It's absolutely a form of retardation.
Because so much effort on their part also.
He literally like he's being fucking, like I'd be like, yeah, no. And then he would just turn to Neil and be like, I don't know what that's going on. And I would say it and I'd be like, I asked it.
Yeah. That's like Bloods who don't acknowledge the letter C.
Yeah, they're like, dude.
Cookies.
They're like, dude, they're like, Bert Schilling shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Go to school? Did you finish high school?
I finished high school. I went to college for like 5 minutes because I'll be honest, this is a true story. I shit my pants in college, and that's why I dropped out. I was in school. I was in class.
What class?
I was in health class. No point.
A horrible place to shit your
Horrible place. But we were all in groups.
How old are you? 20?
I was 19 at the time.
Hungover or sick?
No, I had Chinese takeout, chicken wings and fried rice, extra hot sauce. Had
on the
bubble
way
guts.
to school?
No, when I was sitting in class, I didn't even feel it.
Oh, you ate it?
The
in
bubble
class?
guts, yeah. No. I ate it home. I went to class by like the World Trade Center, BMCC.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting there, and when you know you're starting to get the bubble guts.
Yeah.
You're holding the farts, you're clenching, and I just let out one little fart,
like one of the.
and it was just
Wait,
fucking
the fart was like.
boom, and it
Like that, or was it like a?
just like that.
Like kind of
Yeah,
wet.
it was like a waterfall coming out of my ass. It was disgusting.
Wait, like. Not like that.
It was like that, but more watery though, a little more water.
Hang on. Like
Yeah,
that?
sort of like that.
so,
yes.
poo comes out into your pants.
and then I walked out. Like how penguins walked. I walked out just like that, and I never went
with
back.
Morgan Freeman narrating.
Oh yeah, he was narrating the whole story.
Going to the bathroom now. He just did poopy in his panties.
No, it was so bad that I took a taxi home, but I couldn't sit down in the taxi, so I had to hold on to the little lever they have.
Oh, because you didn't want to ruin this guy's seat.
Oh, the guy was like, "It stinks in here." And I
He
was
said
like,
that as soon as you got in?
Yeah, I was like, "Bro,
It was a yellow cab.
It was a yellow cab.
So, all right, he goes, it stinks in here, and you
I
go,
was like,
why don't you fucking clean yourself, man?
No,
Did you want to say that?
I wanted to, but I was like, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I just like lowered the window.
You
and
said I don't know what you're
I
talking
don't know
about.
what you're talking about.
So you're pulling yourself up.
I did not sit on the seat once because
like
I
a
knew
prison.
It was this
Prison
It was
chin up.
exactly.
Yeah.
So good thing I lived close by where my house was. I go home. My mom's like, "Why the fuck are you home?" Because I used to always ditch college
Did you
classes.
tell your mom?
I was like, "Ma, I should over myself."
Yeah.
She goes, "Grow the fuck up." But then I started shaking. I was like hyperventilating because I like she got me. My mom gets me nervous all the time, so I got nervous. And on top, I have shit all over myself. It was on my ankle.
Jeans or
I had
khakis?
jeans. I had jeans.
So
Thank God.
not bad, but it
was
was
May.
going right through.
It went right through everything.
I did that once. I was taking or penicillin.
I'm allergic to penicillin. I shit all over myself with penicillin
My wife
too.
is
yeah.
too. Sometimes when I want to get rid of her, I just give it to her. And so I gave her amoxicillin once. She got real sick and went into anaphylactic shock. I forgot. And then I had to do penicillin because this girl gave me chlamydia. And I went to the
nice.
doctor, and they gave me penicillin. And my summer job was working at this gas station, and I'm mowing the lawn at the gas station.
Were you mowing her lawn or the actual lawn?
No, I didn't mow her lawn. She lived in a different town. She gave me chlamydia. Then I went back to Toronto, and then I found out when my dick was stuck to my pants. And I go, "What's wrong with me?" And it was like, maybe I came earlier, and I forgot to clean it. It didn't. So I'm mowing the lawn, and I'm like, I'll just fart. And it was all yellow, runny, went down my leg and shit, and I had to go change.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Shitting your pants is not fun. And I did it once on the way to an audition in my BMW. I was all hungover, and I go, I got to go home.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you shit your pants. But
yeah.
get
I mean,
back to, you have no education. You shit your pants.
yeah. I had honestly, I had.
This
legit,
is the American dream, by the way.
This is it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a random sexually related term from Urban Dictionary. So the winner, the person who gets the closest to the actual definition wins a point. The other two people will take a drink. Okay, next one is Nutella umbrella.
I mean, again, it's going to be shit.
Go ahead, though. You can go first. It's fair.
Let me see. I don't know that. What are you looking at?
No, I'm just imagining the umbrella of Nutella coming from.
Not
Peyton's.
arguing. That's if you. It's fair to make that your guess. Someone blows shit through a straw out of
That's literally what I was thinking because it sounds so on the nose.
Why don't you just take Gigi's thing? Man, it really is a man's world. Can I say something?
Let me
Shay?
hold on.
I respect you and your femininity.
I was going to mansplain this whole thing to Gigi right now, if you don't mind.
Please.
Shut up. Ruff, please. They, them. Thank you.
All right, so I do think Nutella is obviously shit.
I'm going to file suit with this company.
It would be weird if it wasn't, but the umbrella part.
You better they, them, me.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Here, who goes?
They.
Thank you.
I'm
What, Wojos?
When you,
What are you talking, Wojos?
Wojos.
yeah, Wojos.
You talking them or
Wojos?
The Wojos are
So
coming
here's
out.
my answer. When you have anal sex with a chick or dude,
Oh, God.
and you're wearing a condom,
Oh, sweetie.
and you pull out and you got shit on your condom, that is the umbrella, the Nutella umbrella, because you were protected from it because you were wearing a condom.
Why would that be an umbrella, not a raincoat?
I don't know. I don't write these. They just
Because
come to me.
there's no
it.
brown substance that rhymes with raincoat.
Okay, that's true. Nutella raincoat. Yeah, no.
That's my answer.
Peanut
Nutella
butter.
raincoat. Let's think. Let me give. Okay. If you have yours, you can just blurt it out at any time. I want to think of a good one here. Nutella raincoat.
No, where did raincoat? An umbrella.
Umbrella. We changed it
Wow,
to
you're so
raincoat.
easily swayed by the fucking Wojos.
The Wojos.
Nutella umbrella. I haven't even seen them yet. Is that a woman?
No, we haven't
I'm an
asked.
it.
We haven't asked. We don't know.
They. You're the only one who gets me here.
They, her. I go by they, her.
They. Huh? I go by what? Huh?
Who? What?
Yeah.
I go by wahoo.
I'm Jay Okerson. My
I go by
pronouns.
Wojo.
My pronouns are. What? Those are hey.
Hey.
Umbrella.
Umbrella. Nutella umbrella.
Umbrella. Okay.
Maybe hazelnuts are in there somehow. Hazelnuts? Nuts?
Hazelnuts.
Okay, because I think, again, I took the best answer. In the sake of funny here, let me say it's you're 69ing. Girls on top, as it should be. You're
I've never.
eating
Do people 69 with the girl on bottom?
I was trying to picture that in my mind. I'm
You.
like, she's gonna be squished.
Puss.
in pornography.
Really? I've never seen it.
Well, I mean, you're not going to lay your body weight down, but head hanging off the back of the bed, and then yeah, for sure.
Gay.
Live out loud, guys.
Gay.
You know what? I'm not going to be kink shamed. Just because I love being on top of the 69. That's how. It's my only fitness. No, so I'm gonna say you're eating the pussy. You fucking hitting it so good. You know what I'm talking about, Ralph?
Not really.
That when she comes from that amazing pussy eating, she immediately evacuates and shit raining down your forehead, and the only thing saving your eyes from getting shit inside of them is your eyebrows, otherwise known as
Nutella umbrellas.
your Nutella umbrellas. My answer: eyebrows.
Imagine,
Shannon, let's go to the board.
Imagine it's verbatim that.
We're looking for eyebrows.
JD didn't answer yet.
I'll go with the straw.
Okay.
I'll go with this, my original straw.
Shannon, we're looking for eyebrows.
When a male has anal sex with a female right after she sticks it in her mouth to get off. I mean, I think that's not really. I was close.
I think come on, is that one me? I said eyebrows.
I think maybe.
Wait, no, hang on, read it again. Because I'm saying, I said eyebrows. Did anyone else say eyebrows? That was me, right? Yeah, come on. Shannon, finagle this one to make sense for me, you piece of shit. Why are you here for everybody else but me?
All right, let's.
I mean, mouth is close to the eyebrows, right?
Clearly.
I'm going to go turn the bidet on without sitting on it so I can pretend somebody squirted in here tonight.
Well, there was a guy in your story, and there is a guy in this definition.
You're the word male.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there.
I mean, look, I'll
also the male's having sex with a female.
How about
which is
this?
Also
What do
a
we
thing.
all drink?
How about this? I will say that I'll give it to Jay as long as
I'll take
Gigi
my
Mellon's over here. is fucking-
What are we doing? What is this?
I'm telling Lewis.
She comes in here. She has a family that loves her. People that rely on her.
All right, Jay, shut up. We're drinking.
What the fuck, dude?
We're drinking.
Dink.
Wait, are we drinking? Or are you taking those
No,
fucking
Jay,
clothes?
you don't have to drink, Jay.
Oh, I don't have to drink.
No, we're giving you the point.
Take. Oh, it's going to be the necklace next.
We
If
want
I was
tie?
her, that's what I would do.
No,
We
don't.
want tie?
Yeah, but it'd be funny if I untie and you still just take off a sock.
Take something.
That is the funniest. That's the funniest thing.
I'd considered coming in with like a turtleneck and a jacket and a
You
beanie
absolutely
and
should have,
I
for
should-
sure. If I also had to get undressed, I'd be wearing fucking winter boots, snowsuit completely.
Much like what you're wearing.
Yeah.
No
These are
game
my
would be
snowsuit
game
pants.
would be long enough to get either one of us naked. Right?
It's Joe MMA Rap with Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith.
Talk to me about the exotic dancing and how it relates to MMA. Because look, I am a huge supporter of exotic dancers. But you know.
You throw that money? You throw
Lewis is such a philanthropist that he's actually spent his rent money.
That is true.
On exotic dance.
That is true.
Just to support the industry.
I've had to borrow money from my friends because I've exceeded my ATM withdrawals. That's how much I support exotic dancers. So
you know what? And I would have gladly taken that money and put it right back into fighting. So you would have been supporting me in this UFC career. So thank you.
In a weird way, it's like I am supporting martial arts. I love that. So you were. Can I call it stripping? Is it disrespectful to call it stripping?
It depends on the context. So yeah, you can call it stripping. You're doing it right.
Let me know. Let me make this safe. Exotic dancing.
Wait,
okay.
what's the context where you can and can't?
There's like a derogatory way to speak about it, and then there's like like you're a stripper. Like it's okay. Like
But you can't go. So it's just like can't go. You fucking stripper or something like that. Like you just go like
part.
a stripper.
Yeah.
I love a stripper.
Look, she's a stripper.
It's all about where the inflection in the word.
Or
goes.
she's a stripper.
It's just your facial expression while you say the word.
Ew. No, look, strippers rule. I've dated a few strippers in my life. They're good people overall. Did you actually you were an exotic dancer while you were paying for your martial arts training?
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yes.
Lewis,
I just quit dancing like right before this last fight camp. Yeah.
I was gonna say Lewis talks about strippers the way Democrats talk about immigrants. You just go, they're good people. They come here to work. Okay.
So, I heard you talking about how the actual training in dancing did help you with martial arts.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%. So I'm like more of a jujitsu artist than anything, right? And in pole dancing, give these girls some respect. That shit is not easy to do. Like you're doing all of these crazy acrobatics. First off, mind you, in your underwear. So it's like, you know how they always say like, oh, like if you get nervous, like imagine everyone else in their underwear. It's like, well, if I imagine myself in my underwear, I'm more comfortable that way. So, but yeah, so it's like you're doing all these crazy tricks. You're in front of a crowd of people. You're hanging on by like a part of your limb, like 3 stories up, mainly 2 stories up. Like I always did tricks like all the way at the top because I felt like if there was more risk involved, that I would definitely like perform better. So
you did the
I'm,
thing
like,
where you
doing
went all the way to the top and then dropped down to the ground and stopped yourself right before you. That shit fucks me. That doesn't turn me on. I leave. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, she's gonna split her head open. I don't want to watch this.
Reactions. Yes, yes. I'm that girl. Yes, I'm the one doing all the crazy flips and tricks and suicide drops. And yes,
Is that stripper riding a bike on a tightrope?
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the House of Hardcore podcast, Tommy Dreamer.
I love it. Hale, how do you go about to become a professional wrestler? This story I do know, but my listeners do not.
Well, like instead of looking up colleges, I looked up wrestling schools, and I wasn't just going to go to any wrestling school because I wanted to go to the best. So I did some research. I found Johnny Rods because I looked at the alumni, and the place I wanted to go, which was ECW. A lot of the guys went there, so I thought it was the best place to go for me. You had Bill Tamont. You look it up. You went there.
Best student ever.
Devon went there. I mean, a list of guys at the time were all in ECW. So I was like, that's the place I got to go. So then so I sent Johnny Rods a letter saying I wanted to join his school, and he sends me back a business card, and I'm like, that's cool. So I got his business card, which I still have, and then I have
still have mine.
Yeah. So then I had my wallet for years because it was like awesome. But then
wait, hang on, Vic. I'm sure you've seen this card, but how it's like in front of like the ABC Wide World of Sports thing, correct? And he's got like his flexing and his tricep, right?
Dude.
That's the card.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was awesome. So then as randomly as it sounds, I went to an autograph sign for Nova at the Dragons Den in Poughkeepsie, and I'm waiting in line to just meet him. And this kid in front of me goes, "Yeah, I'm going to go to this wrestling school, Johnny Rods." I'm like, "Really? You're going to go with Johnny Rods?" Like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's strange." So I just got a letter. I sent a letter to him. He said, "Just come by and check out the school." He goes, "Yeah, but he's coming down to check out and he's going to eat my family restaurant. We're going to talk business. How I'm going to join the school." And I'm like, "What the hell is this? Like, why? How is this happening?" So I made friends with him. And then that weekend, Johnny Rods did come down because he had to talk to his parents because he's only 16. So he had like consent. And I'm sitting there, like, I walk in, I'm like, "Hey, I'm the guy that sent you that." He goes, "How'd you get the address?" And I'm like, I don't remember how I got the address, but I scored it. And he's like, "All right." So this kid was very familiar with going down to the city, which I never did because I'm from a farm town and I had no idea like anything about the city. I'd never been there before in my life. So I just we hopped on the train, then we did the subways. We got lost every time for the first 3 months, and I finally made it there. It was at the time, it's not the best place to be in Brooklyn at 18, not knowing anything. So I went there and I went to meet him, and I delivered about thousands of pizzas to come up with the money for the school. I went there and I'm sitting there talking to John. His awesome office with all the pictures and everything else. And you're 18, fresh. You see all these awesome office of all this history. And then Big Dick Dudley walks in with his snakeskin cowboy boots. And I'm like, holy shit, that's Big Dick Dudley. That's awesome. And he just walks in, "Hey guys," and just sits down, the biggest human at the time I think I've ever met. And that sold it for me. I'm like, all right, well, Big Dick Dudley just walked in like it was nothing. And this is the school for me. So I just signed up, and those guys kicked my ass pretty bad for a good year. Took a million bumps. The ring was hard as hell. So to all the guys out there now, the ring that I trained in and Tommy trained also in was like cement. If you didn't bump right, it was like landing on the floor. So I used to go home
messed up and trying to hide it because my parents didn't know I was going to this wrestling school until 2 years later. So like I was working at this pizzeria.
So wait, where did your parents think you were for all these hours? Because it's at least from Poughkeepsie to Brooklyn, it's at least a 2-hour commute one way. 2.5
altogether.
And where did your parents think you were?
Delivering pizza. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, there was not really any cell phones then, so you just disappeared all day, and it didn't really matter, just as long as you came home. So I would go there. I would get the 10:30 train, and get there by like 12. Train till like 6, 7. Get home at like 10, and that would be my 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays.
So my sister would fault a lot. Like I definitely didn't get in fights like that. But my sister was constantly fighting. She was constantly fighting somebody jealous, somebody talking shit, like whatever it was. And so there was this day she was like talking about this fight that she was going to get in. Like she knew she was going to get in this girl's name was Erica. And she had a brother, I think his name was Ken, if I remember. They were like some rough kids. And like, I wanted no part of that dude, Ken, in any shape or form. Like when we played basketball, when he was coming near me aggressively, I would just move out of the way, because it's like, I just want no part of it. So my sister was fighting his sister, and they were supposed to walk to the block. And my sister was waiting all day. She would wear a Gap sweater vest. She was wearing an Argyle sweater vest this day. I'll never forget this, with like a white t-shirt underneath, and she had like cool sneakers on. My sister was a big hoop earring kind of girl, really pretty. My sister's really pretty. And
hair tied up in a bun.
Yeah, for the fight. Yeah, she was like dressed for the fight all day long. Yes. You know what I mean? And so they go. So they would walk every time you'd be in these fights. You see each other on school grounds, and you'd walk with each other to the fight spot, and a crowd will kind of follow you, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll be like talking shit to each other this whole entire time. It was like, if money was going to be bet on these fights, this is the perfect time to do it. Yeah. Like during the trash talking and shit. Mm-hmm. And she just start like wailing on my sister in the parking lot, So it was unexpected. And, like the crowd kind of started forming right away. And I didn't rush with the crowd. So now I'm in the back, right? It was like, it just took me by surprise, Mm-hmm. And I think part of me was like afraid that her brother was going to attack me. Mm-hmm. And so I was like trying to get eyes on him. I just froze. I mean, it was like, it's not my best moment, And like when I finally came to make part my way through the crowd, the girl Erica had my sister. She was like, she had her knee on my sister's belly, and like one knee on, one knee off. So she was like leveraging, and my sister was half under a car.
Oh my God!
Right, so she was like laying under a car, so she couldn't roll forward to like address the violence coming towards her because her shoulder was hitting the car. And then she couldn't roll the other way because her knee was on her belly. Mm-hmm. So she was like stuck underneath the car. And, like that went on longer than it should have before I tried to pull that girl off of her. Cause I was like, still afraid of her brother. Mm-hmm. And, like I finally did, I pulled her off, and then her brother like came and pushed me, and then we squared up, and it was instantaneously evident that he could not fight. It was like, I was terrified of this dude, like you wouldn't believe. And he couldn't fight at all. I just pushed him, and like I pushed him so hard that he was like, I don't want any part of this dude. He's crazy. So it was like, yeah, it was wild. It was a wild experience. But yeah, that is one of the. So from that point on, like I always do something. Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe he just like lived off of his sister's reputation and then never actually had to fight.
I think that's what it was, because like when I think back on it, even then, like it was hitting me like what's the movie, The Fugitive? Like when at the end I was like, oh my God, I've never seen him in a fight. I've never seen him I would see him in these yelling matches and he would figure out a way to like storm off angry home. But he did it in a way that he was storming off in a way where it's like, if I didn't storm off like this, I would kill you. And I believed it. It was, again, like their life just seemed a little bit rougher than everybody else's. So I just assumed that translated into, I was a victim of, you know how like in high school, if you make a list of like scary to people to fight, like a black guy would be the number one scariest person to fight, right? Mm-hmm. And people think that because from outside looking in, it's like, it seems like they have rough lives. Like they all live with their grandmas and shit. It's like, it seems like they have a rough life, and that to you, that automatically means they can fight. But almost none of the time is that the case, which I learned later on. Like from that point on, I was able to have the confidence that allowed me to learn that almost nobody can fight.
I mean, his sister could.
His sister could fight. Although they did fight again. They fought again. And it was a much more even affair. And she tried the same thing. She tried to bring the fight on in a surprise manner. But my sister was ready for it. And, it was a pretty even fight. But, I would say that my sister won that second fight.
So it's just that she got a jump on her the first time.
She did. She got a jump on her. And then,
but how did she get her under the car?
I have no clue because the crowd swore, I couldn't see any of that.
It's freaking crazy. And then also it could have been like an accident. Maybe she went down and she took the opportunity. But if this was part of her plan, I mean, then she does this a lot.
Yeah. Get that bitch under a car. Not all the way though, because she'll be able to scurry away.
Legion of Skanks. Welcome to the club.
Can I say something? By the way, I haven't brought it in yet because I want to give it to Gas Digital Studios, but on the road, and I brought it home. Someone gave me a physical copy of Katie Can, and I don't forget who it was, but oh my God.
Shit.
I just picked up Lewis.
Wow. Bert and Jay did not break their chairs. I love this.
Lewis isn't fat, he's dense.
Let me say something. Dave.
Stop, Lewis, you stop. Lewis, don't talk anymore.
Hold on.
Don't talk anymore. Sit down because there's things you aren't aware of. That's great.
I need absolute silence in the room.
Let's tell you what happened.
Because I need silence. Because there is such a great story that goes behind
Lewis, you don't
happening.
No, you don't know.
No, I know.
No, here's the thing.
I know.
Jay, so Jay just said, Lewis, you don't know. And Lewis said, Jay, you don't know. But here's what I'm going to tell you, Lewis. Jay knows.
So here's what happened.
You don't know.
So when I
came in.
No.
I'll start from the beginning. God, I've never enjoyed anything more in my life.
This is great. This is fucking great.
Oh, wait. I feel like I'm in the beginning of Death of the Nile.
Dave is crying like he just took the country back.
This is crazy. By the way,
I'll tell you, if it ever happened,
it's like a grenade.
If it happened, it couldn't feel better than this.
It was a landmine we forgot about.
All right, I completely forgot about it. So I came in, I was the first one here, or me and Lewis were the first ones here, and I was the first one to sit down. I sat down in my chair, and my chair is like completely broken, like raggedy. And I went, this is ridiculous. I'm switching, and then I go to Lewis. I go, how hilarious is this? I'm switching it with Jay's chair. I'm going to take the chair that works and put this raggedy chair over by Jay. And me and Lewis laughed and laughed. And Lewis went, that's hilarious. And then Lewis left, and Jay came in. And I went to Jay, hey, Jay, switch this chair with Lewis's chair. Because isn't that just more of a... we've had
Forgot
we've
completely
had
about
such
it.
a great episode. I completely forgot about this.
Me too.
I forgot about this 2 hours ago. Oh man, it was just the time bomb of time bombs.
Yeah, and then Lewis just goes down, and me and Dave, while everyone's enjoying just that, me and Dave are like, no fucking way, the thing happened. The thing fucking happened.
Oh,
me and Dave are having a whole different enjoyment over
And
here.
here's the best part of it is that Lewis, after he falls, he goes, "Oh, let me tell you a story." And then, Jay goes, "Let me tell you a story." And Lewis goes, "No, Jay, you don't know about this."
This is awesome.
That was perfect.
Wait. It's the exact same story of you getting slipped acid, but without the sadness. Without the going, oh, and now you have to deal with this for 10 hours?
Oh, hey, look, guys, now no one's going to be upset about their friends for the next 26 hours.
It's perfect closure.
That's the end of the
It's
story.
a full cipher.
Cipher.
First of all, what's this guy's name? What's the woke turn's name?
Byron.
That you fell so slowly and he did nothing. Nothing.
That is true.
Why didn't you
I
dive?
picked you up, Lewis. I picked you up.
Pick me up though. What the? Why didn't you dive and fucking let him fall on you?
Because he was sucking his own dick when it happened, man.
Yo, you could have went into dick sucking position and he wouldn't even fell 45 degrees.
I work with old people, and it's best to let them fall
Oh,
safely.
Hey, I love that.
And then pick them up when we've assessed that they're not broken.
So Byron.
It was amazing. We still have more show, right?
A little bit, a little bit.
It
Enough
was
to smoke a joint.
amazing, Lewis, that you did not react to any part of that fall. You just rode the whole thing down at every moment. Not once were you like, I'm falling. Until you were on the ground.
You didn't kick or scream or anything. You just like.
And in the middle of a summer, he was like, I can't believe this didn't happen to Jay's rickety-ass chair.
Hold on. You took...
Oh, my God, this was exactly the opposite of the funny we were supposed to have about this.
This is ironic. Wait, I know what ironic means.
By the way, if it would have happened to me and I didn't know the chair was rickety, I would have run out of here with my arms slumped low and just like ran to my car like, I don't want to see people for a while. This is exactly what I say always. I hate this. Everyone's in there still laughing.
Half the reason I told Jay about it and switched it to Lewis's
Because
chair,
he knows.
is I just knew it would break Jay.
It would
but
break me.
I know my buddy Lewis
Why
will
are you-
bounce back.
The chair was probably broken. It wasn't. I'm trying hard. I don't eat bread with my burgers.
I lost 2 pounds yesterday.
And on this prep sheet, Johnny, you have looking for an apartment in NYC is depressing. What does that mean?
Fuck yeah. So, I'm trying to find some shit in my means, which is $1,600. You can't even get a studio right now in Eric Adams, New York and shit for $1,600.
Nah, bro.
And now they got some apartments that we saw and shit where the toilet is in the fucking bathtub with the shower head, so you can shit and get wet at the same time. Like, this is crazy.
Did you take a picture?
I mean, it's on fucking, like, you can go on Street Easy, all them shits. There's like apartment. Just Google fucking bathtubs with toilets in them. It's a thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this right now.
I was like, shit. Then my boys like, yo, you might have to get a basement apartment. Like, fuck that. I don't want my family flooding and shit in the summer rains. It's fucking like living in India out here. It's crazy.
All right, I'm just getting fucking pictures of bathrooms. It's not really helping.
Say toilet in a bathtub. That'll pop it up. Yeah, but it's like, yo, the way they G you on space, like there was an apartment, I think it was like 400 square feet or some dumb shit like that.
Oh, it's great for your family with 2 children and your wife. That's great.
Yeah.
Where
No,
was it? In the Bronx?
No, I'm only looking for Queens. I need some shit closer to where I'm at.
Yeah, baby. Queens, dog.
And somebody hit me back up today. A realtor hit me back up today. He was like, well, here's a video of he sent me a YouTube, and the apartment's nice. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I got to go in front of a court board. It's me, my wife, and my 2 kids. Like, oh, that's too many people for this apartment. Like, yo, the living room, I can just put 2 beds in it. It's fine.
You're gonna be fucking called Queens Johnny from now on. And then whenever
it doesn't look like it.
And then I'm gonna fucking be like, yes, Queens Johnny.
I feel like I'm gonna be called murder victim before the year's over because it's really violent over here, and I fear for my safety and that of my children.
Jesus Christ. What neighborhoods in Queens you looking at?
Anything, dog. Like legit. As long as I'm in the borough of Queens, I'm fucking good with it.
What, Ozone Park? What are we talking about?
I don't give a shit. I just want to get the fuck out of here, man. It's crazy. Yo, 3 people got slashed in the park this weekend. I saw it from the window like an old person because I had COVID and shit.
All right, I'm gonna fucking put you onto a neighborhood in New York City that I think you should fucking get a place in. It's called The Hole.
What?
3 blocks by 3 blocks is out by the airport.
Oh, that sounds like it's got cancer over there.
It's it's right by Ozone Park and Cypress Hills and Lindenwood.
That's the Ukraine. Is that where Chris is at now? The Hole. That car's blown the fuck out. That's a shit looking.
The Hole is a small neighborhood in New York City on the border between Brooklyn and Queens. It is a low-lying area with a ground level that is 30 feet lower than the surrounding area. The area is run down and suffers from frequent flooding.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. I don't want to deal with flooding and shit. What?
And it's described as a lost neighborhood, and as resembling a border town from the Wild West. And it's where the mob would bury people.
Yeah, I don't want my kids bringing me back fucking like shin bones and stuff. I'm good.
Come on, dude. Just fucking give it a shot.
I think I'm just meant to be here, and then that's it. I die.
No, John, you got to get out of there. You got to fucking.
I'd like to. I'd like to
gotta live
down the fucking street and not step on heroin needles, but it's not happening right now.
You got to live somewhere where dogs don't have more square footage than you do in your own home.
Funny story. They got actually another dog. It's a corgi though. She's really nice. I ain't even gonna front. I love that dog. That
Corgi.
There's no E at the end of it. It's G-I.
Yeah. The I is like 2 E's. Corgi.
Who the fuck came up with that?
I don't know.
Doesn't
I just
sound
know
right.
that's how you're fucking supposed to say it.
But that dog is smart as shit and it's mad friendly and it's trained. She's all fixed. She can't period or nothing like that. It's cool, man.
She can't period.
No. Ain't no blood on my floor.
Or your hands.
Obviously very into like medical facilities, hospitals, hospice, nurses care, just based on my own personal experiences from the past few years. But this also kind of is a case that is going to set a medical precedent. So I thought it was interesting to go over. This is from NPR by Brett Kelman, former nurse found guilty in accidental injection death of 75-year-old patient. In the wake of the verdict, the American Nurses Association issued a statement expressing similar concerns about Vaught's conviction, saying it sets a dangerous precedent of criminalizing the honest reporting of mistakes. Some medical errors are inevitable, but are they? The statement said.
I think human error is inevitable.
Of course.
So I don't want to put pressure on nurses who, by the way, just to say, I know that nurses are in a shortage. I know that even before the shortage, I personally think the strategies hospitals use to employ nurses are pathetic and fucking and immoral and inhuman. And also the way hospitals treat nurses, even during the drought, is insane. Like in Michigan, these nurses took jobs at a hospital that were higher paying, and then the hospital sued them. We covered this so that they couldn't leave and go work at that next place.
Right.
Which is in America, it just sounds like the craziest thing you could ever. Like the fact that that was even possible to happen blows my fucking mind.
Well, and like, listen, in the pecking order of people that I trust most in a hospital setting, nurses are definitely ahead of doctors.
Yeah.
That being said, the whole medical industry in America is in fucking shambles. So, and I mean, there's a lot of people who at any job who aren't paying attention. That's all jobs where people aren't paying attention. It's just like, at this job, someone could die.
And also just so
could a bus driver, someone could die. Construction worker, someone could die.
But in countries where they actually take medicine seriously and it's not a for-profit industry, they overstaff doctors and nurses on purpose, and that lessens mistakes by like an incredible degree.
Well, of course, because you think okay, there should be kind of like an order that these medicines go down. So it's like it shouldn't just be one nurse responsible for his or her dosage. There should be someone there checking it. So then you have two things that you need to get through to make sure someone is getting injected with the right thing.
It's so hilarious that countries like Cuba that have food shortages because we immorally do things like seize supplies that are headed to them and like have an embargo, manage to have a higher quality health care, more doctors and nurses per capita, and less infant mortality than we, the most developed country in the world, have.
Well, absolutely.
Cuba, in an actual humanitarian crisis for the last 60 years, literally can't even get a new car in Cuba for 60 years, and they have all of their own shit and a higher quality of healthcare than us.
Well, that was one of the examples
So
that
funny.
that Michael Moore, however you feel about him, it's one of the things that Michael Moore covers in his documentary on American healthcare, which is Sicko. They literally go to Cuba and they get immediately much higher quality healthcare than you would receive in America.
Just know that if you're a nurse or a doctor in the United States, just imagine going to work and knowing that whatever happens, you're going to have possibly 2 more people on staff than you currently have in America, and that you will all have each other's back, and it will also make things easier, like you to call out, you to take vacation, and that if you make a mistake, there will be a nurse who will be there to have your back immediately and correct your mistake. That, like, all of this is so obvious to us, but in a for-profit industry, they want to short labor as much as humanly possible and also short pay as much as humanly possible. It's fucking
I'm
crazy.
all for paying all these kinds of people more. I want you know my stance. I want to pay cops more, and like I'm like, oh, spend less money on your violent equipment and more money on paying people, so then maybe they would have more training, take the job more seriously. That's the problem. It's just like, I never want to blame anyone. Listen, we've all phoned it in at our jobs, but there's just something a little bit disturbing when you see like cops on cell phones or like nurses on Twitter when someone's like lying there lifeless in a bed, all of which are things I think we've all probably seen.
And that's why overstaffing is like an absolutely necessary thing in an environment like a hospital, because you have one nurse who's off today, which is inevitable and it's going to happen, and I don't fault you, but you have 2 nurses who are on. Let's fucking go, Just so funny that we spend our money and we're like, hey, we have the most advanced missile cruiser of all time, and we can stop oil from getting to Cuba from Iran, but meanwhile Cuba's just fucking bodying us by keeping their people alive in general. It's like,
well, because it's just rich people making decisions, and rich people will always get whatever medical care they need because you can just pay for it in the system that we have set up.
The most embarrassing shit in the world for the most developed, largest, most military powerful country that has ever existed in the history of the world by magnitudes to be getting its ass beat by a tiny island with the population of Maryland. Get the fuck out of here. I'm angry, but let's continue.
Some medical errors are inevitable, the statement said, and there are more effective and just mechanisms to address them than criminal prosecution. The nursing profession is already extremely short-staffed, strained, and facing immense pressure, an unfortunate multi-year trend that was further exacerbated by the effects of the pandemic, the statement said. This ruling will have a long-lasting negative impact on the profession. Vaught, 38, of Bethpage, Tennessee, was arrested in 2019 and charged with reckless homicide and gross neglect of an impaired adult in connection with the killing of Charlene Murphy, who died at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in late December 2017. The neglect charge stemmed from allegations that Vaught did not properly monitor Murphy after she was injected with the wrong drug. Murphy, 75, of Gallatin, Tennessee, was admitted to Vanderbilt for a brain injury. At the time of the error, her condition was improving, and she was being prepared for discharge from hospital, according to courtroom testimony and a federal investigation report. Murphy was prescribed a sedative, Versed, to calm her before being scanned in a large MRI-like machine. Vaught was tasked to retrieve Versed from a computerized medication cabinet, but instead grabbed a powerful paralyzer vicuronium. According to investigation report filed in her court case, the nurse overlooked several warning signs as she withdrew the wrong drug, including that Versed is a liquid, but zirconium is a powder, and then injected Murphy and left her to be scanned. By the time the error was discovered, Murphy was brain dead. It's kind of a big error. During the trial, prosecutors painted Vaught as an irresponsible and uncaring nurse who ignored her training and abandoned her patient. Well, then why was she still there? You know, it's like, okay, so then the hospital's at fault here for keeping her employed. Assistant District Attorney Chad Jackson likened Vaught to a drunk driver who killed a bystander, but said the nurse was worse because it was as if she were driving with her eyes closed. The immutable fact of this case is that Charlene Murphy is dead because Redonda Vaught could not bother to pay attention to what she was doing, Jackson said. Vaught's attorney, Peter Strianis, argued that his client made an honest mistake that did not constitute a crime and became a scapegoat for systemic problems related to medication cabinets at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in 2017. But Vanderbilt officials countered on the stand. So that's interesting. It could be basically Vanderbilt University Medical Center feeding this one nurse to the wolves to get the attention off them for all the shortcomings that they might have had. Again, I don't know enough about this specific case. Terry Boson, Vanderbilt's pharmacy medication safety officer, testified that the hospital had some technical problems with medication cabinets in 2017, but that they were resolved weeks before Vaught pulled the wrong drug for Murphy. And you would think, like, when you're in a computer system, like the liquid versus powder thing, I don't know how it works, but you would think in a high-functioning computer system, when you say, okay, this is what I need to give my patient now, it would say, this is a liquid, this is a powder. Because even when you get a prescription from the pharmacy, a lot of times it says, like, this is a tablet, this is how you take it, this is when you take it, even on the bottle. In his closing argument, Strianese targeted the reckless homicide charge, arguing that his client could not have recklessly disregarded warning signs if she earnestly believed she had the right drug, and saying there was a considerable debate over whether vicuronium actually killed Murphy.
It's insane that also they're like, oh, things might not be properly labeled at the hospital.
Right. No, exactly. So it seems like there was already something really bad brewing within Vanderbilt that they were just like putting off, because I'm sure it's an expensive and timely thing that they couldn't handle during COVID-19.
It's fucking crazy.
But it was already But it was already happening because this happened in 2017. So like the death happened long before the pandemic was even a thing.
It's a for-profit industry. I'm sure they do everything humanly possible to cut costs, from printing things with worse quality paper, the least quality paper humanly possible, to like not labeling. It's so funny because even in the military, when you put a claymore in the ground, there's the part that says front towards enemy, which seems like you shouldn't even need, but like even the army is like, no, we should just do that.
Labels are amazing. Label everything. Label fucking everything.
It's just so funny to front towards enemy. Yeah, no shit. I should put the landmine facing the bad guys. No, I'll do that as opposed to like fucking this incredibly powerful, important drug not labeled.
Yeah, we don't even know how to fucking open doors. It has to say push and pull. That's what the level we're at as humans. So definitely all the drugs have to be labeled.
I mean, a hobby would be good. Some kind of hobby that's not at home.
Well, that's what do you like to do outside?
That's what I mean. I could play tennis outside. I could
play
take
pickleball.
Don't talk like you're on Seinfeld. I don't talk like that.
Alex, Frank, you say water. Pickleball.
I don't go pickleball.
I don't just say spit on you. I'm sorry.
I would say Alex probably says it closer to that.
How do you say it?
Pickleball. Pickleball. I don't say pickleball.
I am a keen to a sense acute of accents, and you definitely.
How do you say it, Sarah?
Pickleball.
You can pickleball.
You know what? You know another argument I get into all the time.
With who?
The world.
What?
Is how to say. I say, okay, so people in the world say crayon.
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 You're crayon.
They say crown.
Crown?
Hand me a blue crown.
That's not, but that's
I'm
an
not
accent.
saying that's how you say it. I'm just saying it's
this
a natural.
was a lot, the way you just.
Well, what's the fight that you have with the whole world?
There's no because.
You think you're saying it right?
I know I'm saying it right, but
girl.
I'm saying because you don't hear yourself saying pickleball. And I hear you saying
they're laughing every time
when
you say it because you go
pickleball.
pickleball.
I can't say it right. I'm not from New York. I do the best I can.
Oh God.
So she says pickleball, and I say you said that's what you say, and you're like I don't sound like that. So when I say can I borrow a blue crown, it makes sense to me. But people are like, what did you say? I'm like a crown. They're like it's crayon. Or however the fuck y'all say it.
I know.
Crayon.
I know. Coffee sounds crazy.
Coffee.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Coffee. Now, when I think about it too much, I don't know how I'm saying it. I need to just throw it in a
Just
sentence.
say
Coffee.
say I want a coffee.
I want a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you say it in Jersey.
Yeah,
Coffee.
I'm from Queens. Yeah.
What about DOG?
Dog.
Take your dog for a walk.
I want to take my.
Dog.
I got to take my dog for a walk.
I have to take my dog for a walk.
You can't hear that.
The South is dog.
Did you just give me the
right?
finger?
No, this.
Oh.
Is it dog?
Dog.
Dog. It's more of like a hard A
Dog.
than a long O.
You hear yourself saying dog. There's a W in it.
I went to Tennessee once, and a group of people asked me to say Santa Claus. They were like, she said Claus. They loved it. They're like, ha ha, she said Claus.
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Real Ass Podcast.
So while Andrea is cutting the cake and while you guys are eating, I want to play something for you guys.
All right. Wait, what happened to my horoscope?
Oh, we'll do that after.
Yeah. What are you playing for me?
No, I'm going to show you. You can switch to my.
Let's see.
Why is there no sound?
Oh, happy birthday, Lewis. Aw. Aw. Happy birthday, Lewis. Aw, this took Shannon 30 days to create that graphic.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, happy birthday, Lewis.
Aw.
Happy birthday. Wait a minute. Happy birthday.
Hey, Lewis, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, doggy.
Thank you for everything.
I wasn't even asked if I wanted to participate in this. It's just happening. So you would appreciate this because there's no consent.
Yeah.
Hi there, Lewis. It's me, Joe List. I want to wish you the happiest of birthdays because I love you. And I think you're a great dad and a comedian.
Hey, Lewis, what's up, buddy? It's your good pals from Clash of Your
Pause it.
Just want to wish you the
Of course, these assholes wanted to show their better cameras. It's such a fucking are you garbage move to be like, yeah, we got another producer. He's doing a great job for us. It's a really nice camera, high def, ultra high def. But anyway, you're all right. Oh, it's his birthday. What's his name?
Do you want to blow out your candle so while you're watching, she can cut it and serve it?
Yeah, please.
Let's make
Ready?
your wish. Yes.
Make your wish. Make your wish. I wish that half of the Are You Garbage Patreons disappear.
Yay.
We did it. Let's see.
happiest of birthdays. You're the best guy ever. We love you. We appreciate you. And you have a good one, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for everything. We appreciate it. Have a happy birthday.
Peace.
Happy birthday, Lewis. I love you. I know sometimes we fight, but I love you.
Hey, Lewis, let me say this. When I first moved to this country, I was remiss.
30 years younger.
I never thanked you for everything you did for me. You were essential in being friends with the guy that helped me get to this country, Martin O'Keefe. Number one, you're a great entrepreneur, a great dad, a wonderful boyfriend to so many different women, from a week to 4 months, and then you just kind of stay yourself, and they move on and find other people to replace their fathers that were never around. I love you. You do great shit. I think you're hilarious. You really built something good. Happy birthday, you fucking filthy Mexican.
Hey, happy birthday, Lewis. We needed you for the Will Smith moment. You would have killed him. You have alopecia. Comedy. Happy birthday.
How old are you now? Yeah. Old enough to send you to basketball camp? How the fuck don't you put in 1 point? I would not be celebrating a birthday right now. One goddamn basket? You couldn't get one goddamn basket? What the fuck? Happy birthday. Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't be happy.
Lewis, happy birthday.
Yeah, famous person.
You're a good friend, great dad. And I've come to know something about you, that at any given moment, you're doing one of four things. You're either podcasting, kicking someone, on vacation, or doing a drug I would never do. And sometimes you're doing them all at the same time, which is to be marveled at. All right, happy birthday. I love you, Mexican Cobra.
What's up, Lewis? I just want to wish you a happy 40th birthday, which I'm guessing is about 87 in Puerto Rican years.
Look at all the fucking Philly guys with their self-promotion opportunities. I want to point out that every Philly guy so far has had their podcast logo in the background.
Except Shane.
Except for Shane. Well, Shane's more famous than me, so.
You're truly a great dad, and I'm grateful to have met you. I hope that this year is the best year of your life and that your blessings outweigh all of your sexually transmitted diseases. And I pray that all of your enemies experience nothing but failure, financial hardship, and the death of close friends and family members.
Yes.
I hope that every single one of those motherfuckers is forced to find out the cost of a child-sized coffin. I hope that after you steal your own birthday cake, blow out your candles, and cut it up with your switchblade, that you're able to recognize just how truly loved and appreciated you are. And that's in spite of not being able to score a single point against Matt and Shane in the basketball game, which is truly fucking astounding, especially when you think of it in the context of all those videos you see on the internet of all those retarded kids in the high school basketball games that are just able to make fucking three-pointer after fucking three-pointer after fucking three-pointer, and yet you couldn't score a single fucking...
All right, Rainey.
All right, but that's neither here nor there, man. I just really want you to have a great birthday, and above all else, just know you're loved and appreciated, and I hope you have a great day. Later, man.
Happy birthday, Lewis. I think you are the perfect combination of retarded and generous. I see and recognize the way that you are kind to people and free with your time and resources, and you never really ask for much in return.
That's true.
But I think you gotta change that up. I think people are starting to talk about how you're a bitch and you're always just giving shit away. And,
oh man!
And you're never collecting on them. You gotta start collecting on people this year, I think. But I appreciate you, and I think you're the man, and I love you. And thanks for everything. Happy birthday, bro.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Louis J. Gomez. This is Jason Ellis, your mentor, your, your idol, I guess.
The father that I never had.
Creative spark, the reason that you care about living. Everything that you do is based off me. I invented you. But I've heard it's your birthday, and that's great, because I've done that too. But you're 40, and that's, terrific. I remember those days. Those were great. When I was 40, I was a lot more attractive than you are right now.
That might be true. He's more attractive than me currently, to this day.
But who knows, Maybe after we fight and I, rearrange your fucking face, that you'll get plastic surgery like Vanderlei Silva, and then you'll look like some sort of weird fat Puerto Rican trans
cat person.
You know what I mean? Freak, just sex freak.
Looks like a cat.
For all the holes, just whore it out, and that's probably what you could do later on in life. Is just be a huge fuck slut.
Yes.
Happy birthday, dickhead! You're a fucking top bloke. You're a top bloke.
Hell yeah.
I didn't want to hit you. We should just make out,
It's
That's
coming on to me.
For me.
It's coming on to me.
It's almost believable, right? Anyway, fuckface, have a great birthday. Do all the drugs and, make sure you smoke and drink and, really burn the candle at both ends. And don't forget to eat, a lot of cheese and, whatever weird Puerto Rican shit. Bowls of fucking pollo or whatever the fuck they call it.
Pollo.
Shovel that shit up your ass, get fat as fuck so I can smash your fat ass, all right?
Hell yeah.
All right, cunt. Love you. Have a good day.
Hell yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
It's going good. It's Louis Gomez.
Louis
J. Gomez's birthday.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck? How old is he?
I think he's 39 or something.
40.
39. So
at 25, he outlived his dad.
And his mom.
What? And his mom? Well,
yeah.
Which one of the two do you think he knew?
I don't think either one of them. I think he knew his aunt.
Ugh, they all have an aunt.
They have to, because the parents are going to die.
or
how is this a happy birthday, Shannon?
They're roasting you out of love.
Firehouse. They left him at.
Doesn't feel like love.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Who cares?
He has a great house.
He's a renter.
He's got a beautiful car, an Audi.
Yeah, you know what? So does every other half a pimp in fucking Harlem have a nice car.
Lewis, happy birthday.
Yes.
You have a great network. You have a great podcast.
No.
The festival is great.
Am I?
You have a great girlfriend. No, he has no.
Which one now?
I know.
What horrible, low self-esteem white girl are you? That's working her way from 5 minutes to 8 minutes that you're trying to help her with. You only have 12 minutes, and you're trying to help somebody with 5 minutes. It's like fucking pork roll helping Scrapple.
We gotta say happy birthday, Lewis.
I'm a big fan of Lewis.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lewis too. So is the FBI. The IRS is going to be a big fan of Lewis. Lewis has been on TV, hasn't he?
He's been on TV? Yeah. When they were questioning him about his dad, he was 7.
He was on the local news.
For someone who's as talentless as you are, somehow you always come through. He does come through.
That is a great compliment. That's true, Lewis. And I love you. I'll say it. I love you. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I love you. Stop it.
But you don't love anything.
What's that?
You don't love anything.
I love my blue sky dweller.
Oh, pause it. So if you guys don't know, that was the watch that Bobby Kelly, like the whole Rolex world, which I didn't realize. Like I'm now waiting on a Rolex.
Yeah.
There's a couple that I have my eyes on, right? But like they become available, and you gotta grab them. You see, you get a dealer that like knows their shit with the papers, with the box, with everything, and they're like, "Hey, dude, it's available. Do you want it? Because I have 3 other guys that want this right now." And Bobby wanted this specific Rolex, a Sky Dweller, and he told Rich, and Rich they have both have like a guy, and he was like looking out for it. And then Rich, when the guy came to it for Bobby, Rich bought the watch for himself.
I know. It's so funny.
And then he just showed up. He showed up on the podcast like this.
Oh, that's fucking.
Bobby, like you watch Bobby look at his wrist, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "That's my watch."
Yeah,
and it's one of the fucking funniest things ever, dude. It's so funny. Good.
Hi, Luis J. Gomez. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and thank you for having me on the Gas Digital Network. This year, I wish you all the erection medication, CBD gummies and vapes that you can take, and also all the auto parts that you can handle online from rockauto.com.
That's true.
And if you go to rockauto.com right now and use promo code GAS, you're going to get a special birthday gift for 25% off.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Lewis.
Hey, my business partner there. This is Ralph. You know me, the real owner of Gas Digital.
Ralph should get a phone that was made like 15 years ago so he looks better.
Come see you and see if you forgot to bring my watch.
Oh, hey, Lewis. How you doing?
Always got pretty eyes.
Happy birthday, man. You're a piece of shit. Doesn't mean you don't deserve a happy birthday, but like, you are a piece of shit. You're bloody, disgusting.
He's gonna show it.
Piece of human
Just
shit.
be warned. There's no way he doesn't show
Have
it.
a nice birthday. You deserve it.
Oh, why is it so red?
You just die in the toilet.
Why is
Or you ate beets.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, I think he bled into the toilet.
Oh, fuck. That was real blood?
The fuck is this?
Justin Silver.
I thought it was a fun edit at the end.
What is happening with me right now, Shannon? Stop. Why is his body so nice?
And glittery.
He literally looks like a present, like a gift. You can't turn down a gift.
That's it.
It did kind of look like Justin Silver. Who said that?
That's it. Happy birthday, Lewis.
Boxing is like, yeah, we're going to be punching each other for a while so I can talk a lot of shit and shit can happen quicker. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's I love, man, Ali. So, and when he would talk shit with Howard Cosell, if you got some Howard Cosell footage, that would be really cool to see some Howard Cosell footage. You know, this is Howard Cosell. I am with Muhammad Ali. I told you, Howard Cosell, you too ugly. Your toupee, what your wife give you? I told you, you're just too ugly. Oh, man, Howard Cosell, you always talking smack about me. I should knock you out. I'm knocking out all bums. I told you I'm knocking out all bums. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me that my name was a slave name. Why don't you want to be Cassius Clay? I don't want to be Cassius Clay. I told you I'm not Cassius Clay. That's a slave name. And I'm going to tell you one more time. You keep talking, man, I'm going to knock off your toupee. Oh, I'm the greatest. I must be the greatest. Here we go. I think we got some Howard Cosell and Ali talking smack.
Devastating jabs in the ring.
Oh, man. We don't have that.
Playful barbs outside in their...
Like it is, right from the beginning. I done made you famous enough. Everywhere I go, you follow me to get your name in the papers and on television. You'd still be stealing bikes in Louisville if it weren't for me. Don't tell people I stole bikes.
You're being extremely truculent. Whatever truculent mean, if that's good, I'm there.
I hope it's not an act. I hope you mean it. If it's an act, just look at my record and see if there have the other fights been acts. Have they been acts?
Not so far.
Well, what makes you think I'm acting? That final stage of the act.
This is unexpected. I didn't know you would invite me to do this. Oh, hold it. You must be on boxing position and just have a little dance like we're boxing. And
Yeah.
I have to time it.
Watch that. Watch this. Oh!
Where and when? I'd like to fight whoever you think's the best, the number one man. I'd say he's Zoe Foley.
I'm not sure that there's anybody left, really, for you to fight.
You.
May come about someday. Thank you for coming.
Stay in shape.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Unbelievable, man. Ali. He was unbelievable. They don't make, and even Howard Cosell. If you guys, I'm bringing old school shit in just to let you guys know because I'm a big Ali fan, and everybody should be an Ali fan. Just the way he carried himself. He was such a champion. He was the most recognizable, still to this day, most recognizable face in the world. That's real talk. You know, because all the nations watched him. Africa, the biggest continents would watch him fight. You know what I'm saying? Even my dad, all Nigerians, because Ali fought in Zaire in 1974 against George Foreman. So I just wanted to be like, I'm wearing my Ali thing, and I feel like talking about Ali. I told everybody. I said, I'm the greatest podcast. This podcast is the greatest. Godfrey, I'm going to tell you, I'm real proud of you, man. Because if Ali were still alive, he'd be like, I love coming to Gas Digital. Gas Digital is a great podcast. I love coming to your podcast because you tell the truth. You're not afraid of anybody, man. You're not afraid. You know, I like that. A lot of these Negroes walking around here, they're scared. You know, they sitting out there talking about nothing. But you always bring knowledge. You always bring common sense. You always make people dignified, especially black folk. That's why white people mess with you, because you're proud of yourself. You know, you include everybody. Even me, Ali, as much as I love black people, it's like I love the Muslim, the Nation of Islam, everybody was at my camp. White babies in the mouth, our kids, black babies, Asian babies, because I loved everybody. People have to understand, if you don't love yourself, how can you show love to anybody else? I told you, man, I'm the greatest. But there's one thing about you, Godfrey, you're not as pretty as me. I mean, you are not a bad-looking guy, but you're not pretty as me.